Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we explore the journeys of visionary entrepreneurs and the paths they're carving out for their companies. I'm your host, Jae Encarnacion, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind groundbreaking ventures, the challenges they've overcome, and the strategies fueling their growth. Today, we are excited to have Radhika Paul, the founder of Lumina AI. Radhika brings a deep expertise in artificial intelligence, focusing on transforming human capital and HR through innovative AI solutions. Based in the US, Lumina AI, founded to address evolving HR needs, is redefining how businesses adopt AI for recruitment, employee experience, and more. We'll be diving into Radhika's journey, how Lumina AI empowers HR leaders, and the vision for scaling this innovative venture. With that being said, let's get right into it. Radhika, welcome to Founders Future.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you for having me. And I'm thrilled to be a part of Founders Future and be able to talk to you today. Thank you.
It's an honor and a pleasure. And I'm a huge fan of AI, so I love what you're doing with Lumina. So really excited to get into the conversation. So if you could start at the beginning for our listeners here, Radhika, what specific problem in the HR landscape really inspired you to start Lumina?
That's a fantastic question, very close to my heart. As I sat on the inside and we started thinking about as the world of AI started exploding about 2 years ago. And the question always was, where do we start? And it always was addressed from a technology perspective. Oh, the CTOs should think about what the answer to this is. And that is when I really gave it a hard think. And I said, you know what? Along with a lot of other voices that I was hearing, not only from within the firm, at that time I was with Latham and Watkins, leading all of learning, development, and DE&I for the firm globally across 27 different offices. And for me, as I heard the voices from within, as I spoke to my industry colleagues, as I spoke to people across industries, for me, one of the key things that really got highlighted, Jay, was people are at the center of it. This is not a technology. Technology will amplify what we do. However, we have to bring people. It is a mandate. We have to have people at the center of everything that we do with AI. AI is here to stay. It's like the internet revolution. And that is really what got me started. I do have a Six Sigma background. I'm also a lean leader. So with those data headsets, I really coupled with my deep experience around the human capital function, I just had this compelling need for me to really go ahead and found an organization, a firm that would truly work across industry, specifically on the human capital side, so that the human capital function becomes the true propeller for the future of Gen AI and how we incorporate that and how we truly bring people far ahead in this journey and they then become catalysts to this. That is really what got me started after 27 years in the corporate world.
Incredible. Incredible. I would love to get into the nuts and bolts here because once this episode airs, Radhika, they can very well want to come and work with you in the services you offer. So I have a three-part question for you here to really get into the nuts and bolts of what you're doing with Lumina. So what is the core offer here? I know that you have some HR AI strategy, some fractional CAIO services, training, coaching. How is that structured for your clients and who is the ideal client that you work with on these offers?
For me, the way I think about this journey is really being an extension for any CHRO, a CLO, Chief Diversity Officer, really being that extended arm for them and coming in to really first leverage their data, speak with their people, It is a 5-point strategy that I have developed, and the patent is pending for the entire end to end of this journey that I have put together, a step by step program wherein we go in, we look at the data, we understand what's the current state, what are the needs, how far do we think some of the things can be addressed. And at the same time, one of the key questions I do want to address, Jay, upfront, is this is not about eliminating roles. I think that is one thing I really want to put out there upfront, because that's a fear in that is in the front of many people's head, behind many people's head, in many people's heart. This is not about eliminating roles. It is about truly taking roles and redeploying them. For example, let me illustrate this by an example. Truly, when you think about an HR role, an HR business partner. Their role is to help individuals develop, their role is to help people really unlock their own potential and really excel, help them with their development needs. Think about what the professional journey looks like, provide them with inputs that can make them truly successful on a daily basis, make individuals ready to be great performers, leaders, to be better leaders, all of those things. Whereas, where is human capital or HR business partners truly spending their time? It's in leave management. It is in compliance. It is in the nuts and bolts of things which could quickly be automated. And that is where we come in. And they're truly taking that data and saying, okay, this is the journey you are. These are the processes that could be where AI could be leveraged. These are the tools that, again, as Lumina AI Consulting, we are not tied into any particular app developer. We are not partnering with any particular platform. So we are very open about what that journey could look like and really give them all the different options of what different apps and platforms that they could use to really be successful. And for the people who truly get their role change, what those roles could look like. So that is the end to end. And then our journey just doesn't end there. It is about showing productivity gains. It is about truly showing impact in the human journey. The way I frame it, Jay, this is a journey where AI is only going to be used to amplify the human potential at velocity. So, organizations who truly want to go into the now and the future, that is when we come in. We are the partners through our patent pending 5-pronged approach. That is how we're going to address it. Now, your other part of your question, which is who are our clients? Our clients are anywhere between the mid-size to smaller companies across industries. It could even be a lot of times, I do know even the bigger organizations no longer want to work with the big consulting organizations because they have their own typical framework. This is how we do it. This is how it is going to be. And they want to go with a more boutique firm. And that is where we truly come in, because I want to truly say I'm very proud of the way we have been able to work with at Lumina AI Consulting. We are nimble, we are agile, and we work as an extension of our clients rather than being that outside firm who's just going to give you a 30,000 view and say, this is what you should be doing.
I love it. So with that, walk us through here, Radhika. What's working best for you on the acquisition side of things, as far as bringing in leads consistently, being able to have a lever that you can pull for predictability? Do you have that? And what channels have been most effective on the lead generation side for you?
Jay, one of the things that has been really effective on the lead generation side is just past relationships.
Referrals.
People who've known my work, people who've known my colleagues' work, that has been truly helpful. I have had so much impact so quickly that I have really not been channelizing to say, okay, I'm going to make it grow exponentially. I
Right.
think one of the focuses that I am really trying to do as the CEO of the firm is really first make sure that we are truly able to show those productivity gains, truly build a firm which is not just about, okay, how many more clients can we get, but how much impact can we have with those clients?
Right.
How can we truly become leaders where we leverage AI and put people at the center of it? Because it is quite a journey at the moment. And as I've been working with different thought leaders in the industry, more and more it is surfacing that the gap that is coming up is the change management piece. The gap that is showing up also, Jay, is the training bit around AI. People are hearing it, but they don't really know what could AI do for me. I use it at home. Can I use it at work? What will that look like if I? So there are those ethical issues as well. And how do you make sure that 360 you are doing as a firm, you are really wrapping your arms around all of those elements to drive success, productivity, and continued impact. So that's where my focus is. And the leads are, as you do good work, the word spreads around, everyone wants to partner with you. And I think also the headset, Jay, of having for 27 years done global roles, people
Yes.
are thinking on a very global scale, and that truly helps.
I love it. I love it. So with that, as you continue to grow and scale, are you looking to add more predictability? Obviously, referrals are great, but the predictability just isn't there. So is that something you're looking to add more ads, social media as you continue to build and scale?
Absolutely. So again, it comes in waves, and
Yeah.
I think as our next wave, that will be a big area that we are currently ideating on. We are putting a lot of thought about how we want to scale. Is that, again, great point. I think a lot of things happen through social media these days. How do we want to do that? What kind of capacity do we have at the moment to
Right.
be able to do that? That's another question, because I'm very particular about the people I want
Right.
to be my partners in this journey. At the firm, we call everyone partners. One's an employee. It's how do we partner together to really take us to the next wave, and the wave after, and the wave after, and the wave after?
Absolutely. I love it. So with that, what does that team look like right now for you, Radhika? Is it just you and a small team? Do you have a sales team, marketing team? What does that team around you look like?
Yeah, so it's a great question. So again, keeping true with the world of AI, the team is again very agile and nimble.
Yeah.
I do have a chief transformation officer who has a solid technology background, an engineer, being a CTO. And so anything around development, and when we have those technology, really lending that technology, I has that. Also, in addition, like me, has that process excellence background, has that as well. So really helping with that. Also, there's a big development team that is based offshore for us. So if there are clients which say we don't want to look at anything which is off the shelf platform and an app, can you do this particular app development for us? Can you look at or help us with that? So there is a team that is offshore for that. Also, our data crunch team is offshore, and the
Mhm.
consultants are consultants who are all over the world. So anywhere in the world, we want to have people who want to have any kind of partnership with us, or there is a consultant slash, as we call them, a partner somewhere in the world who will be on the ground and can help and support with that. So the way the team is structured is there are elements which are offshore, the consultants which are global, and then of course there is me. I say that at the moment, while I'm in the US, I am global. I'm a global person, and I will be where my clients need to be.
Love it. Radhika, are you handling all the sales on your own?
So at the moment, to answer that, I am, again, our sales model. There are individuals who are consultants slash partners on the team who've worked elsewhere before. So they have their leads coming in as well. So we've changed the structure on its head And like a traditional company, which has a sales team, which kind of here everyone has a little bit of a role to do. That is why they're partners. And that makes it for an agile and nimble model where people feel they're a part of the firm rather than an employee of the firm.
I love it. I love that. A couple of the bottlenecks that I'm hearing
Mhm.
more around the predictability on the lead gen side as you continue to grow and figure out how you're going to scale is getting more predictability there. And then as you grow and scale, adding more on that sales team side. Are there any other bottlenecks that you're thinking about right now, or are those really the main ones?
Jay, that's the biggest bottleneck at the moment is the continuous evolution of AI. Where is it going? Every board is talking about it. Every board wants something to be done about it, but what is that something? And how far are organizations ready to commit and invest in it? They want to do something, but that is where, which is the most exciting part about being on this, to be, and then I think that is where the unknown and the lack of predictability is the fascinating part of this, and who knows where this could go in the future. However, that also is the big bottleneck, because you're saying, okay, I'm going to go this way, and then you realize, no, I need to quickly adapt, evolve, because my clients are going that way, or I need to steer them back into another direction,
Right.
because that is what research is showing us. And a perfect example of this is initially we weren't thinking so much about the change management aspect of it. And now one is realizing that change management is actually going to be a separate vertical for us, because that is where organizations are truly struggling. Just pure change management, that when this comes in, how do you manage that change curve that happens? How do you deal with the resistance that happens? And that is a normal psychological dilemma which individuals go through with everything. It is like even something as simple as when you change your day-to-day routine, our brain kind of psychologically wants to manage that for us. So how do we think about that?
Love it. I love it. Radhika, incredible having you on the show so far. I just have two more questions for you before we wrap up. One of them is going to be on the vision side. What does the rest of this year look like for you with that growth and that scale and how you're approaching the entire industry as a whole? What are you laser focused on for that success?
So, Jay, my vision for Lumina AI Consulting is to be the top-notch firm for human capital AI consulting in the world. That is my vision. And every step that we take this year is going to be towards that direction. And I know it's a multi-year pronged journey, and we are on that journey. We are well on that journey. For me, if I look at the rest of this year, it is about continuing to deliver productivity gains. It is about continuing to really put people at the center of this AI journey, where organizations that we work with, they feel every aspect of their employees involved in this. It is also bringing in new clients to our fold who can really benefit from this. So extending and building the team and doing work across the globe. And also continuing to partner and ideate with business schools, where a lot of this thinking is continuing to come. So what's that really is, we have almost half of the year, 6 months left in the year, and that's what we really solidly want to focus on. The numbers, the all of that will happen when we get this right.
I absolutely love it. And then last but certainly not least here, Radhika, what is the best piece of advice that you can leave for our listeners? I know you got some good ones, especially with the way that you're operating here. What can you leave them with before we wrap up the show today?
I'll leave them with to remember that AI is just the tool. People are the ones who are going to take it to exponential growth. And always think about planting trees under whose shade we may never sit.
I love it. I absolutely love that. With that right there, that is going to wrap up another inspiring episode of Founders Future. And just a huge thank you to you, Radhika, for sharing your incredible journey and your insights with us today. As I mentioned earlier, just the passion, the drive that you have. It's clear as day that you're going to do some incredible things in this space. AI is continuing to evolve and grow. We need more founders like yourself. So it was an honor to have you on the show today. And to our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to Founders Future wherever you get your favorite podcast. And you can also learn more about Lumina AI at luminaiconsulting.ai, where they offer resources like the HR AI Hub. And you can also follow Radhika on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/in/Radhika Paul 1. For more growth strategies, you can visit us here at closers.io, where we help businesses scale through expert appointment setters and top tier marketing systems. Until then, keep pushing forward, and we will see you on the next one.